Hey. The last one didn't work, so we're trying it again. And fingers crossed it works better this time. It's been a while, and I'm sorry it's been so long. Boop, boop, boop. Thank you, YouTube. Um, I know it's been a while, but we're back. And we're going again. I'm sorry, sending snaps. But yeah, it's definitely been a while. I'm sorry it's been so long. I've been so busy between doing college panto and just still trying to find work and everything else in between. I've literally barely stopped. Hi, how are you? Hi, how are you doing? I'm very well, thank you. How are you? But yeah, it's been a while since I've done one of these. I know it's been way too long. I've been so busy with panto and everything else that I've literally not had the time. I'm still posting on TikTok, but it's all drafts. YouTube won't let me save drafts anymore, which is really crazy and really annoying because then I can't actually have pre-prep stuff to send or to schedule to send, which causes chaos. But hopefully I'm gonna start posting more on here again now Panto's over. Oh wow, that's so cool. I wish it would snow here. It's not snowed here. It's literally snowed where I live. It's snowed everywhere around here, but not here, which is driving us all crazy because we've been wanting snow for ages, but it's just not snowed. So I love the snow. It's so pretty. But yeah, I should be back doing these properly soon. I hope. I can't really see properly, so if I'm squinting to read the comments, ignore it. I've not got my glasses on, so I'm blind as a bat right now. But I don't really want to go and get them from the bathroom, so it's fine. We carry on anyway. We power through. But yeah, it's been way too long since I've done one of these. I have missed it so much. Are you American? No, I'm Welsh. So I'm British. I'm from Wales, but I live in England. Which is a long story. But yeah, no, I'm not American. I've never. Well, people say with like my tan and stuff in the summer I look American, but I've never had the sounding American. Actually, one of my teachers, or one of my tutors even, in college, turned around to me the other day and was like, "I'm interested in Wales, the Welsh dialect." I don't know much Welsh anymore. I used to know a lot of Welsh. I don't really know any anymore. I know the basics of I am or my name is. So might be God, if I can remember it. I can read Welsh. So Viennu eu Lily. I think I did that right. Venui Lily. So dwi ddim yn hoffi coffee. I don't like coffee. What else do I know in Welsh? Bore da, prynhawn da, nos da. Typical Welsh. Hi. How are you? All typical Welsh sayings, stuff like that. Draig Cymru. I know the basic words because I've not done Welsh in going on 8 years now. So it's been a while. I miss it. It was so much fun to do. I wanted to take it in college, but unfortunately I couldn't take it. Thank you. Merry Christmas to you too. But I'm very excited for Christmas. It's crazy to think it's like nearly 10 days. It's what, 12 days till Christmas Day? Just under 11 here. Just under 12 days until Christmas, really. Because it's what, 20 past 10 at night here right now. We don't really have a specific. Thank you. We don't have a specific food type, so it's very much stereotypical British food. So we do the fish and chips, the whole lot. We have something called Welsh rabbit, which is a specific type of like cheese toasty, basically. We also have cowl, which is really nice. It's a type of soup. I'm okay, thank you. How are you? Welsh cakes are really nice. They're like crumb biscuit with raisin. I'm not a massive raisin fan, but I do like a good Welsh cake. Other than that, we don't really have any specific foods. We're very generic with our food, very stereotypical British foods. It wasn't closed properly. But oh, fair enough. Oh, Mr. Bean was a good one. I do remember Mr. Bean. We have some good TV shows, to be fair. God, what some TV shows I grew up with? So TV's changed a lot since I was like little. I've got 6 younger siblings, so I've seen TV change. Yeah, I mean, Mr. Bean's good. Wallace and Gromit is a Christmas must watch, and Shaun the Sheep. But Wallace and Gromit, especially Wallace and Gromit, is a Christmas thing. That is 100% a Christmas thing. I love Wallace and Gromit. It's so funny. Trying to think of what else there is. I mean, you've got Gavin and Stacey, which is a Welsh show, which is coming back for a Christmas special this year. I've never watched it. I'm not a Gavin and Stacey person. I know any British person. Thank you. I hug you back. I appreciate that. Any Welsh person or British person in general is gonna definitely come for me for not watching Gavin and Stacey. As a Welsh person, I'm probably one of the only ones on the planet who haven't seen it. But I've heard it's a good show. It's just not. I can't sit and watch TV. So it's like, obviously I'm sat here doing this, but I'm also sat on my phone because I physically can't sit still. Pardon me. So, yeah. There's a lot of good British TV shows out there, to be fair. I'm trying to think of another one. So one that I grew up with. Hello? Sorry, my phone started making noise. One show that I grew up with, and I'm actually friends with the main actress from it, is called no, it's not Gavin and Stacey, it's called Swashbuckle. It's a kids' TV show. It's like a kids game show where you'd have like 4 or 5 kids go on, and they would basically go on there and they'd have to find gems, but they'd be like bad pirates and they'd have the good pirate. And the good pirate, her name is Gemma Hunt. She is one of the most lovely people I've ever met in my life. I work in radio and had the opportunity to actually do an interview with her, which I did. Oh, Mrs. Brown's Boys is so funny. I love that show. I had an opportunity to actually do an interview with Gemma, and it was probably one of the best. I've only done a couple of interviews before, So obviously I was really, really nervous because, this woman I grew up watching on TV and like who I'd seen so many times before. Hi. Miss you too. It's been ages. I've not been on here for ages. But yeah, basically I was able to interview her and it was so much fun, and we literally had I probably got some of the best answers to industry questions. I've been okay, I've been busy. I think you can probably see how tired I look. Oh my god, that's fair enough. I can hear my cat. Where is he? I heard him trill, but I can't find him. I now have a pet cat. If you've been following me for a while, you know I did have a dog. She did sadly pass away about 6 months ago. I have her lead and her collar in my room. If I go into it, I'm going to cry for the fourth time today. So let's not do that. But yeah, we have a pet cat now. His name is Odin, and he is beautiful. He is a Maine Coon. He is a kitten. He is literally the most precious thing on the planet. Hey. Sorry, my friend messaged me. Sorry, we send stupid pictures. Thank you. I mean, sorry, my friends are funny specimens. Yeah, my dog, we had her for 13 years. She was my best friend. So it sucked a lot when she died. I actually got her lead and her collar. I'll go grab them now, actually. So we had a couple of different lead and collars for her. But these ones were the ones we took with us the day we got her put down. Because I was there when she did pass away. She went in my arms. It was peaceful. She was definitely feeling a lot better afterwards. You could tell. If I go into detail, I'm gonna cry. I can feel it. But yeah, I still miss her a lot. And she's my baby. And she always will be. But yeah, this is her lead and her collar. And yeah, so anyway, before I cry, switch topic of conversation to I don't actually know what. Okay. I'm okay. I'm sorry. I do apologize. But yeah, the past 6 months have probably been some of the craziest 6 months of my life. God, where do we even start with this year? This year has been a roller coaster in itself, I think. A lot of family stuff. My friend dynamic has changed completely. If you guys have seen in the last few lives, obviously I've not been with who I used to do all my lives with. Me and her don't really talk anymore, which sucks. But yeah, so it'll just be lives by myself from now on, which is still really weird to me. I feel like I've lost an arm without her still, but it's okay because things happen and things change. But yeah, so I'm hoping. Oh my god, no crying. I'm really hoping next year is different. Thank you. This year has definitely been one of the more challenging ones. Last year was obviously definitely probably one of the hardest years of my life. If you have been watching me since last year, you will know I lost a friend. Permanently lost a friend. And I know she is up there spending her second year in heaven, being her amazing self. But yeah, I mean, I think this kind of sums up how well I'm holding my life together right now. It's been an interesting ride this year. I've definitely been tested. I think we all have been. This year has been a test for all of us. And I'm just kind of glad it's nearly over. And we're nearly done with this year. Because it was starting to feel a bit much. As you can tell by the fact I'm sat here crying. And I do apologise that I am crying. I'd never normally cry on a live stream. I'm normally a lot better at holding myself together on one of these than that. Thank you. But yeah, we are crazily nearly finished with this year. It has both flown and dragged, which is mental to me, because it's gone so quick, but at the same time, it's literally been the most dragging year of my life. And again, like I said, I'm so glad that it's nearly over. But at the same time, there's a lot I'm leaving behind in this year. A lot of people, a lot of memories. I lost someone very important to me this year as well. My whole family did. We lost a few people this year, which obviously has been absolutely horrendous. But other than that, you know, there are so many positives I'm leaving with this year as well. The most amazing group of friends I could have ever asked for, who have literally been by my side since the moment I joined the college I'm in now, who have been nothing but kind and lovely to me, a boyfriend who I love with my whole heart, and I could never ask for anyone better. And, you know, his family are so amazing to me, especially his his whole family have been so lovely to me, and they've, all of his friends and stuff like that have been so nice to me. You know, it's been amazing on that front. And I'm so, so, so grateful for all of that. And I can't wait to see what the new year brings with them and with my friends and with my family. And we're really hoping next year is so much better, because I feel like we all deserve it after everything we have all been through this year, because this year has probably been, again, like I said, one of the hardest years for everyone. Thank you. I've had some great experiences this year. I was in my first pantomime literally this week. I sang in front of really important people. I did so much that I wouldn't have had the opportunity to do if I didn't make little changes to things that I was doing. And I'm so grateful for all of it, because it has been such an amazing experience to do all these amazing things like the pantomime and singing in front of these people. It's been so much fun. And I've done all of them with literally the most amazing group of friends by my side that I could not be more grateful for if I tried. They are literally the most amazing people who have, like I said, been there for me since day one. I cried in front of them the other week, or literally at the start of this week, and they were there for me, and they were there when I needed that shoulder to cry on, and I really, really appreciate that, because, you know, we as people can only be strong for so long without breaking. Oh my god, why am I bidding? There we go. So, you know, having a group of people who will be there and listen is such an amazing thing. And I think this year's really shown me who I can trust and who I can't trust, and who loves me and who doesn't, and who is really, really there for me and who's not. There's been a lot of trial and error this year. So much trial and error. Figuring out myself, figuring out the type of person that I want to be and the type of person I am. So it's been so fun, and it's been so eye-opening this year. Don't get me wrong, I wish there were still people I could share it with. And there are people that, I will leave in this year, and part of me will be grateful. Thank you. It's definitely, I'm going to do, if I'm here, if I'm in England, because I might be going back to Wales for New Year's, if I am here in England, I will be doing a live stream taking us through into New Year, so we can spend New Year as the little community family that we are, and that we have been for literal years now. So I'm hoping to be able to do a live stream over New Year's, so we can all spend it together. Fingers crossed. But yeah, I'm hoping that goes through. Just spam a comment in my video to remind me, or in a community post, or just anything that I've posted. Just spam it on New Year's Eve so I remember. Otherwise, I'm going to completely forget, and that's not something I want to do, because it is something that I really want to do with you guys. I'm going to keep you updated on if I'm here or if I'm in Cardiff, and we can kind of go from there and see what we want to do. I might do a live stream Christmas Eve, in like the afternoon, just because I feel like, it'd be fun. I kind of want to keep doing live streams a little bit more and posting on here a little bit more. Hopefully, preferably in the future without crying, because I do apologise for crying on this stream. It's been one of those days. But yeah, deep moment over. If there's any questions anyone wants to ask me, I love doing a bit of a Q&A on here. So I love it when people ask me questions and then I get to answer them, because normally it's the other way around and I ask questions and other people answer them. So I love doing the other way, putting a little switchy on it, because as a radio presenter you don't get that very often. So please feel free to ask anything and everything, as long as it's in reasonable boundaries and I don't have to kick you off the stream, because I haven't got the energy for that tonight. So please be nice with what you put, or I will. Do you like old Christmas songs or new ones? That's a good question. I really love both. I have a very mixed taste in Christmas music. I love a Christmas carol. I actually led a carol service thingy yesterday with a group of my friends, because someone recognized us from a past event that we did and were like, hey, can you run this event for us? And we were like, okay, cool. So we led a carol service and I loved it. It was so much fun. But I also love newer songs as well. It kind of depends on what you class as newer. Like, to me, I'd class stuff like Last Christmas and Do the Next Christmas as like newer songs, and I love ones like that. I definitely have a very mixed taste in Christmas music, so songs like Rocking Around the Christmas Tree I absolutely adore. Before my uncle passed away, this was years and years ago, my aunt and my uncle used to dance around the Christmas tree to that song. So that song obviously has a very special place in my heart, and I actually sang that at another event I did last night, because we did two Christmas events last night. But that's like the question of like, what's your favorite Christmas song? I don't really have one. Like, it really depends on the mood that I'm in, and it goes the same with like genres. I am a music geek, so I think Christmas songs, it can kind of vary depending on my mood. I'll kind of listen to what song I feel right in the moment. This year to me doesn't feel much like Christmas. Like, Christmas has a vibe to it, and I'm not feeling that vibe this year. So I've not really listened to Christmas music this year very much, other than when I've performed it, because it just doesn't feel like Christmas to me right now. I'm hoping next week and the week after will definitely start to feel more like Christmas. I don't have a specific like in music taste. So right now I absolutely love, I'm a very typical early 2000s born kid. I love One Direction. Again, I've gotten back into my 1D phase. I've had since like as long as I can remember. So the first proper music that I got into was Ollie Murs' music. So I had literally every single album of his on CD as a kid. I was literally obsessed, and I went and saw him in concert under my bed. I have his stage towel, which he personally gave to me, which was absolutely crazy to me because 8-year-old me, like, practically passed out. It was crazy. And then what other music do I listen to? I love Youngblood. Youngblood's music is amazing. One Direction's solo songs, they are impeccable. Especially Zayn. I love Zayn's music. I would have absolutely loved to see him on tour while he was in the UK. Sadly, he has now gone back to the US to do the US leg of his tour after Christmas. So, not possible right now. I love... So one of my favourite songs that have always been one of my favourites is Zombie by the Cranberries. I love that song so much. It's so beautiful. What other music do I like? Louis Tomlinson's solo music. Oh, it's beautiful. It's literal art. It's so amazing to listen to. Liam Payne's music, God rest his soul. He was probably one of the most talented musicians I'd ever listened to. In my opinion, I'm gonna have so many people hate on me for this. The Zombie by the Cranberries is literally amazing. So many Directioners are going to hate me for this. I'm not an avid Harry Styles listener, mainly because when he releases a song, it is massively overplayed very, very quickly. He's a very talented musician, and I would listen to his music if he wasn't so overplayed. But I think they just ruin his songs by playing it way too much, and then I don't want to listen to it anymore. I know there's going to be people who absolutely despise me for that comment, and I'm probably going to get cancelled for it, but I don't really think my platform's big enough for anyone to care if I get cancelled. So it's not the be-all or end-all, really. What other music do I listen to? I love, like, you wouldn't think it, but I do quite like rock music. There's a small musician. His name is Lassie Top Music. I have worked with him a couple of times. He is absolutely amazing. Me and him haven't actually spoken in a while, but he is literally so cool. I love him so much. He is he was one of my closest friends last year before, and we just kind of drifted. God, who else is there that I love? Pierce the Veil. Pierce the Veil are amazing. Falling in Reverse, absolutely incredible. Skillet, love their music. Chase Atlantic, I am an avid Chase Atlantic listener. I love all of their music so much. Chase Atlantic are amazing musicians, and I'd love to work with them. Like I said, I listen to Youngblood. My music taste is so varied. I will listen to almost everything. I love Lewis Capaldi. I think his music is great. Let me bring up my Spotify actually, because I feel like there's so much more. Alex Warren, he is absolutely amazing. I love a good musical song. So for me, Mamma Mia, The Greatest Showman, Grease. I love Grease. It is literally one of my all-time favorites. I'm also a Disney geek, so anything Disney related I will gladly listen to, because that's just the type of person that I am. I love Disney. It has literally always been one of my favorites. I waffle so much. I am so sorry. I literally don't stop talking sometimes. But yeah, I love a good Disney film. As a kid, my nickname was Lilo because I looked like Lilo from Lilo and Stitch. You wouldn't think so now with my piercings and my red hair and just the way that I look in general now. My hair looks a lot thicker than it actually is tonight. Probably because, so like I said, I was in a 2 days of panto, and it took me 2 days to wash out all of the product that was in my hair from the shows. out. It took me so long because there was so much product just stuffed in my hair. Peter Pan, I love Peter Pan, but do you know what is better than the original Peter Pan? The Once Upon a Time Peter Pan. Peter Pan from Once Upon a Time. Once Upon a Time is amazing anyway. I think the way they've done it is so amazing. Like making it the other way around, genius. I love it. It's genuinely one of my favorites. Once Upon a Time is such a great show. If you've not seen it, go watch it. It's on Disney Plus, I think. I need to rewatch it because I've not watched it in ages. I watched it with my mum when I was younger, and then I started rewatching it. Got really distracted and just never finished watching it. And then I love Lilo and Stitch. Lilo and Stitch is my absolute favorite. I love Aladdin. That's definitely one of my favorites. My boyfriend kind of looks a little bit like him, which makes life so cool. Rapunzel. I wanted to actually go to Neverland as a kid. Same, don't worry. I'm like, I physically couldn't because I'm a girl. So I only just hello? Neverland was like against the female species. They had immense beef with us. Which is like yeah, I forgot what I was gonna say. Yeah, Peter, like Neverland just didn't like girls. There's nothing wrong with us. Like we could be like hunters and stuff too. I loved Mulan. That was such a great film. But again, Rapunzel, my all-time favorite. I had the biggest crush on Flynn Rider as a kid. It was unreal. He was like my first proper crush. Him and Aladdin. And again, my boyfriend, I have been told he looks slightly like Aladdin. So like I'm cool with it. But yeah, I absolutely adore The Lion King as well. The Lion King is such a great film. Winnie the Pooh. I love Winnie the Pooh. And then, God, what other ones are there? I can't remember. Like, I love the original Disney films, so like the original Snow White, Sleeping Beauty, all of those ones, because like, who doesn't want to be a Disney princess? And then like you think about it, and you're like, wait, there's literally someone out to like unalive them for like months. It's a weird thing. As like kids, we wanted to be Disney princesses or like Disney princes, and then it was like, hold on. Like, there's people out to, like, get them, and we're like, that's so cool. What's that one? Tiger. I don't know that one. I'm trying to think what other films I absolutely love. I am such a geek. I absolutely love Marvel and Harry Potter. Maze Runner is absolutely amazing film franchise. And then, God, what other ones is there? Teen Wolf. I love Teen Wolf. Not a film, TV show. The film was great as well. Film made me cry. And then, what else was there? I'm trying to think of like films and TV shows that I've watched that are absolutely amazing. There was one show that was about when I was a kid. I don't know if it's still going or not, but it was called Ghost Whisperer. And it was about this woman who could like see the dead. I loved it. It was like Tigger. Sorry. Yeah, my bad. Tigger was awesome. I can't read. I've not got my glasses on, and I'm better at Welsh than I am in English. So, sorry, that was my fault. Ghost Whisperer was absolutely amazing. I genuinely don't know if that's still around. There was another show that I used to watch as a kid, and it came out in the 80s. I'm not that old. I was born in 2008. It was older than the 80s because this show was black and white. There's a black and white show that I used to watch with my grandparents when I was a kid, and it was called Randall and Hopkirk. I absolutely adored that show with my whole heart. It was amazing. It was about this detective and his partner, but his partner had been killed on a job. So his partner's spirit was like still his partner and was still with him, and he was the only one who could see him. And it was a great show. I absolutely loved it. And then you had Murdoch Mysteries. I watched all of like the crime stuff as a kid. I absolutely loved it all. Murdoch Mysteries, Death in Paradise, like all of the good ones I watched growing up. And some people are like, that's really weird how you grew up watching that. And I'm like, no, it's just cool. Like, that's just the type of stuff that I loved watching as a kid. I loved a good mystery. Because I've been reading since I was like really little. Like, my granddad used to read me books when I was like really little. I would like, we were reading Harry Potter by the time I was like 2 or 3. Like, we, you know, and The Hobbit. I loved the Hobbit books. They were amazing. Like, I've been reading stuff like that since literally as long as I can remember. I've been a Harry Potter geek my entire life. Like, you know, I love The Hobbit. I don't know as much about it, but I love it. You know, all of this stuff that I used to watch and I used to read, everyone's like, oh, that's weird. And I'm just like, no, I thought everyone was like it. And then it was like, nah. Like, I grew up watching NCIS and like all of the crime stuff that like kids wouldn't watch because they were too scared to watch it. I'd watch it. One film that I absolutely love, which everyone thinks I'm weird for, I loved Coraline. I don't know if you guys have seen it. You probably have, because it was like a massive mainstream film. Coraline was amazing. That was literally one of my favorite films growing up. I haven't watched it in years. I need to rewatch it. But one film I could never ever watch when I was little, so my grandma took me to watch it in the cinema, was Rise of the Guardians. I love it, but I literally, I could never watch Rise of the Guardians because I was scared of Pitch. And I remember the first time my grandparents took me to watch it, they were telling me about this the other week because obviously I can't remember it because I was really little when it came out. But the first time, hello. The first time I went and watched it, Pitch came on screen, and I jumped out of my seat and crawled into my granddad's lap because I got so scared, and we had to leave early because Pitch scared the life out of me. I love Nightmare Before Christmas. Tim Burton is an amazing producer. As someone who wants to go into the film industry and work alongside people like Tim Burton, he is one of my top producers to work with and directors to work with because he's so incredibly talented. I'm trying to think of who else there is. I absolutely love Tim Burton's work. I think he's so talented. Everyone thinks Coraline was one of his films. It actually wasn't. And then what other ones did I loved Edward Scissorhands. That film is so amazing. I'm trying to think of what other ones he's done. Obviously, you had Sweeney Todd and stuff like that. I've never really sat and watched Sweeney Todd. I definitely need to because it looks incredible. And then I'm trying to think. I can't think. Nightmare Before Christmas. I'm gonna have to get up a list of films he's done now because I can't think of any off the top of my head. Tim Burton films. Beetlejuice is amazing. Miss Pedigree's School for Peculiar Children, that is a good film. Frankenweenie, also absolutely amazing. Alice in Wonderland, The Corpse Bride. Oh my god, I love The Corpse Bride. I was gonna go as Emily from The Corpse Bride for Halloween this year, but I couldn't, so maybe next year. Edward Scissorhands, amazing. Obviously, he did some of the Batman films. But there is literally some amazing films out there that Tim Burton has done. And it would literally be the biggest honor in the world to work with him. I think I would freak out working with Tim Burton because I'm such a geek. I would properly fangirl. One person I would have absolutely adored to work with in the film industry would have been Stan Lee, but obviously that's not possible anymore. But I would have absolutely loved to work with him. I think he's absolutely amazing. And in like the music industry, I have like certain people I would absolutely love to work with. So I've never actually seen Sleepy Hollow. I've heard it's really good though. So the boys from One Direction are definitely on my list of people who I really want to work with in the music industry. Zayn specifically, I would absolutely love to work with Zayn. I think he is so incredibly talented. And from what I've heard, he's such a lovely person that working with him would literally be a dream come true for me. He is literally one of my biggest inspirations. And Louis Tomlinson, I would absolutely adore to work with him as well. Because again, I've heard he's one of the most amazing people on the planet, and he's so great with like everyone he meets. I would love to work with him. I'm trying to think who else there is. There's so many people I'd love to work with. I would absolutely love to work with Alan Walker. I think his music is absolutely amazing. He's a great DJ. And then there are so many other people I would love to work with. I think just because of the type of music she makes, Sabrina Carpenter, she has to be up there. I don't really listen to her music much. Like I've heard her mainstream songs and stuff like that, but I'm not an avid listener, which my friends genuinely hate because they are Sabrina Carpenter fans and I'm not really. I'd love to work with Youngblood. I think his music and every meaning behind his songs, there's a meaning behind everything he writes. And as someone who is an abuse survivor, working with him would be so much fun and would be so meaningful to me. I have done like a whole video on that situation. I think it's still up. I tried to take it down. It wouldn't let me because I didn't want it. Yeah. I'm trying to think. I can't think. There's so many people I'd absolutely love to work with who are so talented and so just amazing. And are genuinely just incredible people who, you know, deserve more recognition and stuff like that. Like, I get Zayn's fan base is really huge, but I genuinely think he deserves so much more because he is absolutely amazing. And it is, his music has such a good meaning behind it if you actually listen, especially, pardon me, sorry, especially if you listen to his new album, which is Room Under the Stairs, which is incredible. By the way, I've listened to that album so many times. It was one of my top albums to listen to this year on Spotify. Because I'll show you how much of an avid Zayn listener I am. If I go through, my Wrapped still on there. I'll show you. I'll kind of read you guys out my Spotify Wrapped. And I'll show you. I'm gonna turn my volume off because I don't want to get copyrighted. So I played 480 songs this year. Oh, it's not thinking in. So I played 480 songs this year. And I played one specific song on repeat. And it was There You Are by Zayn, because that one reminds me of my boyfriend. If you've not heard it, go and listen to it. It is absolutely amazing. I was in the top 0.005% of listeners to that song. I'm very proud of that, I can't lie. I listened to it 101 times starting on March 13th. So, you know, I need to beat that next year with whatever it is. I'm very excited for next year's Spotify Wrap because I only got Spotify earlier this year. I haven't had it the whole year, so it should be very fun to see what I actually get. There is a leaderboard for my music there. So my top 5 songs, there's a theme until we get to number 2, and number 2 just sticks out like a sore thumb. So at number 5, I got Wrong featuring Kehlani by Zayn, which is amazing. Just don't listen to it around your parents, or if you have kids, don't listen to it around your kids. 4 is Stockholm Syndrome by One Direction, just because I am an avid One Direction girly. 3 is It's You by Zayn. 1 is There You Are by Zayn. And number 2 is The Walls by Chase Atlantic, which literally sticks out like a sore thumb there. I would love to go see Zayn live. Annoyingly, that wasn't possible this year, but I'm hoping to do it if he does go on tour again. I listened to a lot of music this year. I accidentally clicked off of it. But yeah, that's my Spotify Wrapped is a crazy place. And I'm very excited to see what it is next year. I'll have a whole year to listen to Spotify next year. But I am going to leave the live here because I'm so tired. I am genuinely going to go to bed because it's 11 o'clock and I am exhausted. So thank you guys so much for joining me. You guys have been an amazing conversation. I appreciate it so much. I love you all. Make sure you eat something, drink something, look after yourselves and look after each other, and have a lovely night, day, or afternoon. Love you guys.